Well, here I am, finishing up a 12-hour shift. It's 5:39 a.m. I got my bright light on here for proper lighting from my video. Somebody made a comment that some of my videos were too dark, but I hadn't intentionally done that because, I have it under the playlist called the night shift or something like that. So I figured, if it was night shift, then it might as well be, dark. But anyway, I'm sitting here and trying to figure out what can I do for another video. What ideas do I have? And I started looking through some of my notes that I had made, and previously over the past couple of months about different video ideas. So at the end of my shift, when I go home, I've got an extended time away from work because I work long days, many days in a stretch. Then my time away from work it's more than a 2-day weekend. It's more like a 3-day weekend or a 4-day weekend, depending on my schedule and how it works, right? Well, I had made, in my list, my little notebook I've got here, ideas, different things that I thought I should do. But I write down things, like, what am I going to do this weekend? I mean, basically a to-do list, not necessarily videos for YouTube, but just a to-do list. And I usually end up with a lot more on my to-do list than I can actually take care of. One thing I definitely need to do is change the oil in my car. I need to replace the battery in another car. So I could change the oil in one car, change the battery in the other car. But while I do that, I might as well make a YouTube video about it, right? People are always interested and willing to learn new things. Did you know there are people in this world that have no clue, about anything on a car? I mean, there are people that have no need or no want or no desire to learn anything about working on a car, right? But they look at one of these YouTube videos and they think, wow, that looks easy. This guy really explained it. He made it look easy. Maybe I'll try it, right? So if I change the oil on one car, making a YouTube video about it, then I'm basically teaching other people how to change the oil in their car. If I replace the battery in another car, then I'm teaching somebody else in the world how to change a battery in their car. I mean, it may not be the exact same car or the exact same mounting position in the car for the battery, but the process is basically the same, right? Teach you how to use the voltometer, how to check the voltages, on your alternator and your battery to find out, is it the battery or is it the alternator that's not charging the battery? Maybe the alternator is going out. By doing that, I could teach somebody on the internet, somebody else on this planet, right, how to use a voltometer to check to see if their battery's going bad or if the alternator is going bad. A lot of people really, really need to know that. Well, I've got things to do, like my truck. I need to work on my truck, right? It was overheating and ended up parking it and ignoring it because I had other vehicles to use, and also because I was busy doing other things, right? So my truck kind of went to the wayside, but I need to work on that. I think the problem on that is a seal, because I had to replace the thermostat, and I don't remember a seal for that. I don't remember if it was built into the thermostat or if it was an extra that should have been on there. So I need to find out. Also, the radiator cap is old. I think that radiator cap is the original. I mean, very well could be the original radiator cap. And that means that the little rubber piece that's in it could be the original little rubber piece. That truck is a 1972, which means that rubber piece and that radiator cap was manufactured prior to 1972. So that makes that radiator cap pretty darn old. You know, some of the other pieces and parts on there, you know, but I can replace things like, you know, the hoses, the water pump, you know, the radiator itself, if need be, the hoses. Did I already say the hoses? Radiator cap, you know, things like that. Well, it's an old truck. A lot of people like old trucks. And a lot of people like to watch videos on old trucks and the things you can do on old trucks. You know, like body work, paint job, work on the engine, replace the exhaust. Oh, guess what? Universal joint went out. Have to replace the universal joint, which I did. I ended up making 2 videos. Well, actually, it's one process of replacing universal joint, but it turned into 2 videos because they were very long. I don't know. You know, I got to check on my camper. Might as well make a video of me going to check on the camper and, you know, seeing what's going on with it. You know, I got a door that needs some work to it. I got to put some plywood on it. So I might as well make a video of that and put it on YouTube. You know, people are interested in all kinds of stuff. You know, do a little bit of woodworking, use some tools, explain to people why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it. What's the reasoning behind it? What's the process? There's all kinds of ideas for YouTube videos. There's all kinds of ideas, right? I've got woodworking tools. I'd like to do some woodworking projects. I need to gather up all my woodworking tools and put them in one spot, one area, you know, where I can use my woodworking tools. That'd be a great video. And then, whenever I actually use my tools to make something, I make a video of it, post it to YouTube. There's always things to do and always ideas for making YouTube videos. Mow the yard. Work on the truck, of course. Move the boxes. Got to get the boxes out of the house. I got to clean out my new office area. I got some actual construction work to do that ceiling in that new office. Make a video of it, right? Well, I got a weed eater that hasn't worked in a few years. I need to do some repairs to that. Might as well make a YouTube video. Well, I got to look under a building because, you know, the floor seems to be settling way too much. So I'm gonna have to put some concrete, some Brico blocks, and maybe some supports underneath it. Hey, might as well make a video of that, right? Well, I mean, that's a lot of ideas. I mean, that right there could be probably 20 darn videos of different things that I could do. I mean, there are all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Here's a list my wife made for me. That's a big list, right? Front and back. Basically, pretty much all kinds of stuff. It's a honeydew list. But she says when you do take care of your honeydew list, make a video of each thing and post it to YouTube. Well, some of the things I've already talked about are on this honeydew list. Building a greenhouse. I need to build a greenhouse. Oh no, what was that? Okay. Got to build a greenhouse. Might as well make a YouTube video about the process. Maybe make a series, you know. Have a playlist called Building the Greenhouse. Wow. All kinds of stuff. Work on the floor in the back washroom. I got to put down tile back there. Might as well make a YouTube video of it. Maybe I can get some thumbs up. Wow, man. I got to get under the kitchen sink and the wall, you know, like the wall at the back of the kitchen, underneath the kitchen sink. I need to do some work on that. Might as well do a YouTube video. But anyway, when you sit around, you think, or you try to think of what can I make a YouTube video of? What would be interesting? What would other people like to know? What would they be interested in watching? Well, I have found that the best way to do that is not think in terms of, hey, I need to make a video to post to YouTube. I think in terms of making a list of things I need to do around the house. A list of things I need to do, take care of, right? And then, while I'm doing it, I make a YouTube video, or in this case, a bunch of YouTube videos. So there you go. That's how you figure out what you're going to post on YouTube. That's how you figure out what other people would be interested in. Just basic stuff that's in your life, right? You don't have to come up with something that's outlandish. You don't have to have the big, expensive equipment to do cinematography or whatever they call it, you know, to make a movie like something like a movie. No, you get your notebook pad, right? And you reach in your pocket and you get your pen out and you start writing a to-do list. Write a to-do list of things that you need to do around the house or at work. Well, no, you really don't want to put proprietary work information on YouTube. I mean, that could get you in trouble. But for your personal life and for things that people are very, very interested in, I think this is a good idea. So give me some thumbs up. There you go. Subscribe. Get yourself some proper lighting. I don't know if that's proper, but it helps. It's kind of bright. Every time I look up here, I got spots in front of my eyes and can't tell what I'm doing. There you go. Subscribe. Talk to you later. I'll make comments too. Not only that, but make a list. Do it now. Post those YouTube videos. See you later. Bye.